Hello everybody, this is another episode of
Good Cop?
Bad Cop. Today's topic is
a story that I found on the New York Times website about young men, ages 18 to 23, the study they did, and it talks about how young men, ages 18 to 23, take long relationship breakups harder than women.
I don't agree.
I agree, because it's a real study here. So the study surveyed 1,611 men and women ages 18 to 23 in the Miami area. The study found that thorny relationships takes a far greater toll on the men. So it's these men, surveyed that when they did break up, some of them would turn to alcohol or drugs or start acting out, and it's all because of their long relationship went on the drain. And the women, it didn't take as such a great toll as it did on the men. And it's a real study. What do you think about that?
I mean, my thing is, they're just talking about men that went through a long-time relationship, that were actually committed and involved. I think if it was the majority of men, it wouldn't be such a big deal. But then again, they're talking about if the guy's actually invested.
Right.
And then they break up.
Yeah, because I agree with you. If it's a short term, like a month or 2 months, I don't think the guy's going to care any more than a woman. But the study shows here that if it's a long relationship, the guy's going to
still feel like
suffer more.
It would bother the girls more. Because it's not fair in the sense that the different things it mentions, that's kind of like the way men are, in a way. We handle things more aggressively, I guess, you can say. And that's just the way men are, You can't just go, well, women are this way, men are this way, and it should be even. When we do things differently, women do things differently. We do things differently, women do things differently. So you can't say, well, since men do this, and we're on an equal curve, that means men are affected way more. But that's what men do. We've been, do crazy stuff like that. For anything.
And women, not so much. We stay home and we cry and that's it. But men act a little crazier, so the toll is harder on them. But I don't
think the toll is harder on them. I just think that's just the way a man reacts to certain things. It doesn't mean that it bothers them even more than women.
So I'm going to read a statement now by Robin W. Simon, a sociology professor at Wake Forest University, and Ann E. Barrett, a sociologist at Florida State University. So they both stated, it appears that young men benefit more than women from support, and they are more harmed than women by strain in ongoing romantic relationships.
But remember, remember the words they use, appears. That's not a concrete. This
is from the study. They did a study. They took actual men. They took actual women. They asked them some questions, and it shows that it is harder on a man than a woman. So these are real numbers. This is something that is true, and that did come through in a survey that they took.
Yeah, but if what kind of questions are they asking these guys? Are they asking them, hey, you break up with that girl you care about, you're gonna go find the other guy and beat him to a pulp? Maybe. We're guys. We like to be a little aggressive.
Okay, but remember, guys
and the girls, they want to cry. They want to eat themselves to death with some snacks or something, with some ice cream, rocky road, because it feels like a rocky road right now. The truth of the matter is, even when you hear someone else talk about stuff like that, usually it's like you've been on this earth long enough to realize that when people talk crap, even when they talk crap about the ex-girlfriend, like, oh, fuck her, blah, 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 or the ex-girlfriend dumped him, usually they get back together. They usually get back together.
I don't know.
Maybe that's like one of the reasons why guys maybe don't go.
Because they always think it's going to work out. But I mean, the study shows that guys do, they're not emotionally, but actively they'll go drinking and smoking and beating some guy up.
Which is part of their whole, the whole stereotype of their whole.
Oh, it's not a stereotype,
perception.
It's true.
The whole perception. No, it's a stereotype in the sense that it's been driven home so much in the minds of men and women that this is the way a guy should be. Like if you think about it, how many times have you heard that a guy has a small penis and you really have no definitive proof that a guy, an Asian guy, has a small penis, but you believe it? It's been hit in your head so many times that you believe it, or that a black guy has a big
There
penis.
are some Asian guys who have admitted that, you know.
Some Asian guys, but where did that thought process come from? Where this is who they are. You have no definitive proof. You have no proof. But because it's been told to you a million times, you probably haven't seen enough Asian pornos to get that idea. But you've seen it so many times. You heard it so many times. It's now your perception of an Asian guy. Same thing with guys. We've been told to be a certain way, that we're always gonna tend to try to act that way. So and same thing with women. Women are supposed to be a certain way. They're not supposed to act like a guy. You're supposed to be a lady. So again, I still say you can't put them on equal level.